From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Monday, July 13th. Get ready for a beautiful day ahead. Sunny, warm weather, highs going to be in the upper 80s. Really nothing to complain about, so get outside and enjoy the day and the start of your week.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app, bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecast, radar, and Indiana sports, all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
Well, it's devastating. I thought he was fine. He called me last night. He just got back from Ukraine, and he had a great trip. He was telling me about the trip. He was pushing very, very hard. You probably know he wanted to do the Save America Act, that he was talking about that. He was full of vim and vigor.
That was President Donald Trump reacting to the news that Senator Lindsey Graham has died. Graham's office shared a preliminary medical examiner finding that says he likely died from a tear of the inner wall of the aorta related to a hardening of the arteries. An official cause of death will be disclosed after more testing has been done. He had just returned to Washington from Ukraine. The White House has ordered flags across the country to be flown at half staff until Saturday evening. Indiana lawmakers are also responding to Graham's death. Senator Jim Banks shared a photo of him and Graham. It was taken when Banks was serving in Afghanistan. He said since that time, he'd given me advice on running for the House and then the Senate and now how to be a senator. He was a very effective senator, and he will be missed. The Senate will not be the same. Senator Todd Young said Lindsey traveled the world and championed the United States and our people. He was hardworking, funny, and always up for debate. We will miss Senator Graham, and I will extend my condolences to his family, friends, and staff as they celebrate his life. Indiana Governor Mike Braun also posted, during my time in the U.S. Senate, I always valued the opportunity to work alongside Lindsey and appreciated his friendship and dedication to serving our country. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell has now released a statement about his health. Rumors were swirling after the longtime Kentucky senator had been in the hospital for weeks. Then yesterday, the senator said he fell at home and got pneumonia. McConnell also says his doctors have confirmed that he did not break any bones or have a concussion. McConnell says he was briefly unconscious when he was taken from his home to the hospital. The Senate resumes today, but McConnell says he will miss some time as he continues to recover.
They're moving in herds. They do move in herds.
Breaking news this morning, actor Sam Neill, best known for his role as Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park, has died. His family made the announcement overnight. Neill was from New Zealand and was also known for his roles in The Piano and the event Horizon. His family says the loss was sudden and unexpected because he had been cancer-free after recently battling stage 3 blood cancer. There's no word yet on how Neill died. He was 78 years old. Happening today in Indianapolis, the City County Council President Maggie Lewis plans to ask the council to consider a pause on new data center developments in Marion County. The committee is meeting tonight about a new plan to regulate data centers. News 8's Dante Drexelis asked Lewis why she wants the moratorium and how it could help the community.
That's right. The proposal comes after months of public pressure from residents and environmental groups who say the city needs stronger rules before allowing more data centers. Now the council president says it's time to hit pause while those questions are answered. Council President Maggie Lewis says she isn't trying to stop economic development. Instead, she says the city needs more time to fully understand what data centers could mean for Indianapolis before approving additional products.
I'm not saying that we'll never have a new data center in our community. That's not what this is about. I understand the importance of economic development in our community, but it is important that we hit pause, do that deep dive, and allow the community and the experts to have an honest conversation about the topic.
Lewis says residents have raised questions about the potential impact on utilities, the environment, and quality of life. She believes those concerns deserve a more thorough public discussion before the city moves forward with additional developments.
the community really is feeling as if their voices haven't been heard. And again, oftentimes we do have conversations in silos. I believe it's important that we bring all the stakeholders to the table and have that honest dialogue.
I was able to sit down with Councilman Ron Gibson, who supports bringing data centers to Indianapolis, and he says these projects can bring investment to neighborhoods when they're built in the right locations, like the Metro Blocks data center in the Martindale-Brightwood neighborhood.
This land where they're going to actually develop it has actually been vacant for more than 43 years. It's zoned for industrial use, so we've had this blighted area in our community for more than 43 years. This is really going to enhance our neighborhood. It's going to bring back life. It's going to create more businesses that want to move into our area. It's going to create more opportunity in terms of connection and viability, and also in terms of the financial future.
The Metropolitan Development Commission recently advanced a zoning ordinance that would establish minimum standards for data center developments. Critics argue the proposal doesn't go far enough and could make it easier for projects to move forward. One of the biggest concerns raised by opponents is whether increased demand for electricity and water could create additional cost for taxpayers.
I believe strongly that the data centers must uphold total cost. So like with the data center in Martindale-Brightwood, I made sure that the developer in writing, enforceable, that they uphold all the costs for utility costs. So none of that rolls out to constituents. Across Indiana, at least 17 counties have approved temporary moratoriums on new data center developments. Marshall and Cass counties have gone even further, banning new facilities altogether.
That was Dontre Drexelis reporting. The committee meeting begins tonight at 5:30 inside the City County building. Members will hold a public hearing on the proposed zoning rules to consider Lewis's amendment for a temporary moratorium as well. If approved, the proposal would move to the full City County Council for further consideration. Happening today, the Greenwood Advisory Plan Commission is set to vote on a proposal to redevelop land for a Buc-ee's. The proposal asks to rezone more than 80 acres of land from agricultural to industrial. The land is on the southeast corner of East Worthsville Road and I-65. The proposed Buc-ee's would be the first in Indiana and would include 120 fueling stations, 42 electric vehicle charging stations too. The mayor of Greenwood says if the project receives full approval, the Buc-ee's could open within 2.5 years. Tonight's meeting starts at 7 p.m. The proposal moves forward. If it does tonight, then it will head to the full City Council for a final vote. Here in Indianapolis, police are searching for 2 hit-and-run drivers that left one woman dead and another injured. Wish TV's Justin Razavi reports.
It's here on the 3800 block of Meridian Street in Indianapolis, where officers say a woman was struck in a hit-and-run Sunday. That vehicle fleeing the scene and the woman transported to an area hospital in critical condition. That hit and run, the second one in Indianapolis in a 24-hour period, after a first at the intersection of East Maryland and South Pennsylvania streets early Saturday morning. This one was fatal.
She was transported to an area hospital. Unfortunately, the adult female was pronounced deceased at the area hospital at 3:48 this morning.
IMPD saying the woman was riding a scooter when the vehicle struck her.
Prior to the crash, they did observe a vehicle going at a high rate of speed eastbound in Maryland. We believe that that might be the vehicle involved in the crash. However, no officer actually saw the crash occur.
Both of these hit-and-run incidents are being investigated with no suspects yet announced. According to research by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, pedestrian deaths from hit-and-run crashes have generally been trending upward nationwide over the last decade, from more than 1,100 in 2015 to more than 1,700 in 2024. AAA reminds drivers that in every state it is illegal for a driver involved in a crash to flee the scene. The organization says if you're involved in a crash, you should assist anyone who is injured. Make sure the scene is visible to approaching drivers. Move vehicles out of the path of traffic if possible, and find a safe place to remain until any emergency services arrive. And call the police and file a report. Anyone with information on any of these hit-and-run incidents is asked to contact the Indianapolis Metro Police Department. I'm Justin Razavi for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
New on Daybreak, firefighters in Lebanon say a person is in the hospital after they had a medical emergency and drove into a house. We have the photos on WishTV.com. Firefighters shared the pictures from yesterday's crash. In them, you can see the back of the car still lodged into the house. No one was inside the home at the time of the crash. The Lebanon Fire Department says some sort of a medical emergency caused the wreck. The United States and Iran have each said they control the Strait of Hormuz after a weekend of trading attacks. The attacks were initially sparked after Iran attacked a container ship Sunday. The U.S. military says it hit several targets in response. In retaliation, Iran launched attacks across the Middle East, with missiles shot down in Kuwait, Jordan, Bahrain, among other places too. This comes as the U.S. and Iran are nearly at the midway point of the 60-day period of an interim deal that was supposed to set up for talks for a permanent end to the war. Oil prices are on the rise again, with the tensions and attacks rising in the Middle East. Brent crude, the international benchmark, rose nearly 4% to $79 a barrel. U.S. crude jumped more than 3% to almost $74 a barrel. Gas prices are also on the rise. The average price of gas across the country is $3.87. Here in Indiana, the average price is $3.24. In Indianapolis, you will pay $3.23 on average. That's about $48 to fill up a 15-gallon tank. The average price in Indiana has increased about 20 cents from a week ago. Meta has shut down an AI image tool on their platforms just days after introducing it. The tool launched on Tuesday last week. It allowed users to pull images from public Instagram accounts and create AI-generated photos. Labor unions and Hollywood talent agencies called the tool a violation of privacy and likeness rights. In response, Meta said it had heard the feedback, that the tool missed the mark, and it removed it. A severe stomach bug caused by a parasite is getting hundreds of people sick across the country and here in Indiana. More than 30 states have reported cases. So far in Indiana, health officials say we have had at least 99 cases since May. The parasite has been linked to contaminated food and swimming pools. Jen Sullivan reports on the rise in the cases and how you can protect yourself from getting sick.
Cases of a severe stomach illness are surging across the country. The gastrointestinal infection is called cyclosporiasis. It's caused by a parasite.
They invade the intestine, causing diarrhea, which can be watery, cause abdominal cramps.
The outbreak has been linked to people eating contaminated produce, but the parasite can also be found in swimming pools, and you can get sick by drinking the water. In the last 2 weeks, multiple states have reported a surge in cases. On Friday, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported at least 843 confirmed and more than 1,500 possible cases in 31 states. So far, 86 people have been hospitalized. The symptoms include explosive diarrhea, nausea, abdominal cramping, bloating, and fatigue.
This can be miserable for people if they do get sick.
Unlike many stomach bugs that last between 24 to 48 hours, symptoms of cyclosporiasis can last much longer. One epidemiologist at Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security warned, quote, people with this parasite can be sick for weeks or sometimes even months with a sort of relapsing pattern. So how can you protect yourself? Health officials warn to wash your produce thoroughly, particularly items like mixed lettuce, fresh basil, cilantro, and raspberries.
It won't completely eliminate it because these are very hardy organisms.
Cooking vegetables and fruits can also help, but in pools it's trickier. Health officials say this parasite is resistant to bleach, so it can live in chlorinated pools and splash pads. If you have an outbreak in your area, you're advised to avoid public swimming areas. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Happening today, IndyCar drivers will be at the White House ahead of the Grand Prix next month. The race is part of the celebrations honoring America's 250th birthday. It will be on the streets of Washington, D.C. on August 22nd and 23rd. Fever flushed the Las Vegas Aces last night with a 109-75 win. Fever led the game by 9 points at halftime and never let up. Kelsey Mitchell scored 27 points, marking the 38th consecutive game where she's reached double digits. That breaks the Fever franchise record that Tamika Catchings previously held. Caitlin Clark also reached double digits, scoring 12 points last night. Fever play next on Wednesday at home against the Golden State Valkyries. Tip-off set for 8 p.m. at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Pacers are also in Vegas for the NBA Summer League. Team's next game is today against the Toronto Raptors. A lot of attention's been on Braden Smith. The Westfield native was traded to the Pacers after being picked in the second round of the NBA draft. Smith struggled during the first Summer League game on Friday, but he bounced back in the second game, finishing with 16 points. After the game, he talked about how he can improve in just a few games into his professional career.
Obviously, I'm new to this and I'm young, but for me just to be able to have that, I'm a competitor as well. I hate losing, and even though we won yesterday, I was upset with my performance and how I was, but I mean, at the end of the day, we won, and that's best for Pacers and for our team. So for me, I just got to flush that and then obviously came out today, played a little bit better, but we lost. So for me, we just got to find that even balance and be able to have that understanding of like, all right, now we got to bounce back. We know what to fix, what to correct, and be better.
The game tips off at 4:30 against the Raptors tonight. Happening today in Greenwood, a native there is going to be coming back. He's an NFL running back, and he's coming back for a special cause. The Philadelphia Eagles player, Carson Steele, will be in his hometown for a meet and greet to help the Special Olympics Indiana. Fans will have a chance to meet him, take pictures, and support local athletes. Money from the event will help fund Special Olympics programs from across the state. The meet and greet is tonight from 4:30 to 7:30 at Texas Roadhouse on Marlin Drive in Greenwood. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeaux. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.